Okay, so here's a triangle that I haven't labeled, but I've given you all the information for. So our job here then is to try to figure out how to label this thing. Well, it says right here that the angle PQR is 90 degrees. So usually that means that Q is the 90 degree. So I'm going to tell you that that right now has got to be Q. Either one of these could be P and the other one could be R. It doesn't matter. So let's go P here. Let's go R. So in fact, P to Q to R is our 90 degrees as we've got written there. Perfect. Angle PRQ then has got to be 28. So P to R to Q, that's got to be 28 degrees there. Okay, so now our triangle is coming together. And side PQ is 15.6 millimeters. So there's P right here to Q. That's got to be our 15.6 millimeters. Excellent. Now we can read the question and we can figure out the length of the hypotenuse of the triangle PQR. So we want this guy right there. Woohoo! Okay, so we can figure this out. Notice I've already got written SOH CAH TOA, but before we can even do that, we of course have to label our triangle. So in fact, there's our hypotenuse. There's our reference angle. Eyeballs on that, stares at the opposite. Excellent. So I've got opposite there. I've got adjacent must be down here. And now I can solve this triangle. Well, think about it for a second. What is being asked? You're asked to find the hypotenuse. That's what you're after. And look what you have. You have the opposite and an angle to go with it. So think about this. Opposite and hypotenuse are all that matter. This adjacent does not matter. So we want opposite and hypotenuse. Well, we said adjacent doesn't matter, so we can get rid of that guy. Adjacent doesn't matter, or it doesn't matter in this one. We can get rid of that guy. That leaves us with sine. And if you think about it, sine is opposite and hypotenuse. So the sine of 28 degrees is opposite over the hypotenuse. And let's put some more numbers in here and see if we can solve this. Sine of 28 degrees, opposite here is 15.6 millimeters. Hypotenuse is what we're trying to find. Well, this is an old friend of ours. Cross multiply. All right, so this is x times sine of 28 and 1 times 15.6. Well, there's the hardest calculation in the world. 1 times 15.6, I'm pretty sure, is 15.6. X times sine of 28, there it is. X times the sine of 28 degrees, and that's what we have to get rid of in order to solve this. Notice this is not inverse sine anymore. Because why? I've given you the degree. You use this to find the degree. Well, the degree is given. So just use sine 28. So divide this by sine 28 degrees, divide that by sine 28 degrees, and go to town. That cancels, leaving you x equals 2. Bring up your beautiful calculator. Move this out of the way. 15.6 divided by the sine of 28 degrees, and you'll get a real pretty number of 33.22. And go back to your question, check out the units, and check out the accuracy. It says to 1 decimal place, and the units, in fact, are in millimeters. Okay, so go to your answer and clean it up before you end this problem. 1 decimal place means there, so that's 33.2, and our units were millimeters. There's your answer, all good to go.